a young woman's life cut short. It was a brutal crime that ripped apart this coastal community.
And you wonder why we're not giving up. We're not giving up. We've got to find this prick. He's a maniac.
Who killed Toyah Cordingley? A hunt for justice that stretched over 7 years and 2 continents. Now, finally, answers.
Today is a very long awaited day for us as a family.
In the mystery that has haunted those who loved her most.
Very bubbly. She had the most contagious laugh. Everyone knew when she was around. Every day I think she's still there. I get up, kiss her ashes, good morning, make her coffee and see her car in the driveway. Expecting her to come out and say, "Good morning, Mother."
If Vanessa Gardner's daughter, Toyah Cordingley, were alive today, she'd be 31 years old. She might still be in Cairns or be travelling the world. She might have made a career for herself. She may still be looking after forgotten animals.
Just very caring towards everybody and everything. She wouldn't hurt anyone at all. Yeah, pure heart of gold.
Her big heart was going to be the foundation of a long, happy life.
But it never got to happen.
On the 21st of October 2018, Toyah Cordingley was here on Wangetti Beach taking her beloved dog Indy for an afternoon walk. To her, this place was paradise, but now this isolated stretch of sand is infamously known as the place where Toyah spent her final moments.
And the police called me and said she was missing, and her car was still at Wangetti, and they didn't know where she was. We went out at 3 a.m. I picked up Troy and Jack. After ages and ages of walking, I looked into the bush and I saw Indy just sitting there, and I thought, oh my God, I found her. She was so frightened, so frightened. She'd been tied up so tight she couldn't even lay down, and I couldn't untie her. And I'm thinking Toyah wouldn't do that. She wouldn't have tied Indy up.
Then, as the morning sun rose, the beach revealed its darkest secret. Toyah's father, Troy, had stopped to rest. When he noticed an odd-shaped mound, he brushed away some of the sand, revealing his daughter's foot.
Time kind of stopped, and it was unbelievable. I couldn't think anything. No.
Forensic investigators didn't find any marks of sexual trauma on her body, but the final minutes of her life were horrific.
She was peppered with stab wounds, had defensive injuries, and a cut to her throat that was so deep it exposed her windpipe.
Horror. Absolute horror.
In the hours, days, months and years that followed, the shock of Toyah's murder shattered the serenity of this quiet coastline. Here, Toyah's friends and family gathered to mark her final resting place with her favourite flower.
Megan has some sunflowers here. I'm sure she'd like to stand here and then hand them out, so if someone would like to put a flower on the monument, please go ahead.
But while the community mourned, they grew desperate for answers.
I I'll tell you something pretty gruesome, and you wonder why we're not giving up. We're not giving up. We've got to find this prick, he's a maniac.
It's hard to believe it in a place that's so beautiful that such ugly evil can exist.
Everyone's horrified that it's happened in our beautiful town. They just can't believe it. It kind of makes you feel uncomfortable around everybody because you just look at people like, who, was it you? Was it you? Who is this person?
We will follow every lead until we get answers in relation to Toyah's death.
Former Queensland detective Dennis Martin spent 30 years tracking down violent criminals.
Individual people can do horrible things to other human beings, so nothing is out of the realms of the possibility.
After closely examining this case, Martin believes that homicide investigators would have first examined Toyah's closest friends and family.
You must throw out your person of interest net, and that's going to include all of the family, all of the the boyfriends, the associates. Everyone that she's had contact would be a person of interest.
Leading up to her death, Toyah had been living with her boyfriend, Marco Heidenreich.
Yeah, they've been together for quite some time. They definitely did a lot together compared to her last relationship. She liked Marco.
This was Toyah's final text to Marco that afternoon.
I forgot that I'm picking up my friend from the airport tonight. I think it's around 7 or 8, just so you know.
But Toyah never made it to the airport. The friend she was meant to be picking up was Tyson Franklin, who Toyah came to know in the weeks before her murder.
I didn't know about Tyson till afterwards. That's all I...
Tyson and Toyah had shared a trip to a local waterfall, and some text messages between the two after that trip suggest a spark was igniting.
One big thing about all this is that I've never met someone and instantly connected. But when I met you, I got a feeling straight away.
Later, Tyson asked Toyah,
I know what you're like in person, out and about, chilling, talking, but what do you like in the bedroom?
Police explored every connection, even a local nudist with links to Wangetti Beach. But none of these men had anything to do with Toyah's murder. To find her killer, detectives meticulously analysed cell tower data, which placed Toyah's phone on a journey south late that afternoon.
We're appealing to anybody who drove on the Captain Cook Highway. It's possible that if the offender travelled south from Wangetti, that they may have travelled through this area.
Police zeroed in on this blue Alfa Romeo. It followed an eerily similar path to that of Toyah's phone, moving south towards Cairns. And detectives believed it was driven by this man, Rajwinder Singh. But police couldn't speak to him because Singh had already fled Cairns for his home country of India just 2 days after Toyah's murder.
I thought, how could you just leave and abandon your family and not speak to the police, give them any information that you had to find out what happened that day and why it happened.
Curiously, Rajwinder Singh deserted the life he'd been building in Australia since 2009, leaving behind his job as a nurse, his 3 children and his wife.
She never talks about him. And they came and repossessed the car, the 4-wheel drive the other day, and the next thing will be the house.
I feel sorry for his family. It's, being left alone. He has children, and if it was any kind of person, he would come back and speak to clear himself of anything.
But Rajwinder Singh didn't come back, and he called his manager at Innisfail Hospital to request his final paycheck.
There is no way I'm coming back to my family or Innisfail or work in the near future.
Over 4 painstaking years, Toyah's family and the Cairns community waited.
Yeah, it's just with you every day. Things go around in your head as to why we can't get answers because of this one person. It'll never go away. It'll never bring Toyah back. But it will give us some answers.
The key to unlocking those answers was thousands of kilometres away, hidden amongst India's population of nearly 1.5 billion.
Yes, his family is living in this area.
In 2021, Police Chief Manhunt Singh oversaw this area of Punjab, where Singh was believed to be living.
We have received information he have come back from Australia and he's living in this country.
60 Minutes joined a police patrol in the village of Batar Sivia. The police spoke with Singh's relatives. The family was wary and less than happy with the media interest in Rajwinder. Singh's family did not confirm that Rajwinder visited the family compound. By November 2022, police knew someone, somewhere, knew where Singh was. They just needed persuading.
Today we are providing someone 1 million reasons to come forward and tell us where Singh is.
Offering $1 million, the largest reward in Queensland history, for information. And within weeks, they struck gold. Police received a tip-off that Singh was about to travel to New Delhi. Detectives raced to India as this international manhunt neared its end.
I just hope that I get that call very soon to say that they found him.
In November 2022, that call came.
Police received information on the whereabouts of the individual, and today he was arrested by Indian law enforcement in New Delhi. The man was believed to be avoiding apprehension in the Punjab region in India.
Right now, Rajwinder Singh is in Toyah prison. From there, it's a half-hour drive to Delhi's airport. That journey will be Singh's last experience of India before he sets foot in Australia for the first time in 4 years.
His capture was a much-needed breakthrough. As for who ratted Singh out, that remains confidential. But police confirmed the $1 million was paid out to multiple informants.
I definitely believe that this will go down as another one of those famous police homicide investigations.
This beautiful and isolated stretch of beach is where the search for answers in Toyah's case began. Now, her name is known across the country and around the world as a new chapter in their fight for justice begins.
In November last year, Singh finally faced trial by jury, pleading not guilty to murder. Prosecutors presented a mosaic of circumstantial evidence they said formed an undeniable picture of guilt. Jurors visited Toyah's gravesite, where DNA on sticks was linked to the accused. They were shown how Singh's car shadowed the digital trail of Toyah's phone that afternoon. And the prosecutor's final stroke in this portrait of guilt was Singh's sudden flight and silence that lasted 4 long years.
Singh's defence team put it to the jury that Toyah's death was horrible publicity for this tourist region, that there was huge pressure on police to solve this case. asking if, when it came to investigators looking at Rajwinder Singh, was it a case of we've got our man, now make it fit?
Singh didn't take the stand, but in 2023, he was secretly taped in a Cairns watch house, talking to a cellmate who was, in reality, an undercover police officer. The former nurse admitted that he was there when Toyah was killed, but said he didn't commit the murder, he witnessed it.
I didn't see their faces. They were covered.
The recordings capture him saying he thought the killers would come after him next, so he fled.
It happened in front of me and I ran for my life.
His barrister told the court it was insane to think that his client could have killed Toyah, pointing to gaping holes in the evidence.
There is a real danger here, and even a likelihood that the wrong man is in the dock.
But ultimately, that was for a jury to decide.
A jury will soon retire to deliberate whether a former North Queensland nurse is guilty.
Justice Lincoln Crowley finished summarising the case this afternoon.
After 7 years, $1 million reward, over 4 years on the run in India, and weeks of evidence.
They will return on Monday.
Toyah Cordingley's family has been waiting a long time for answers.
We begin with breaking news. The Cairns community is moments away from hearing the decision in the murder trial of the man accused of killing Toyah Cordingley. Lily, what can you tell us?
Ashlyn, Rajwinder Singh is guilty of the murder of Toyah Cordingley.
12 jurors, representatives of the Far North community Singh once lived in, could have sent him home, but instead they sent him to prison.
I can tell you it was the loudest cheer in any courtroom I've ever heard. People were yelling out, "We got him." There was very little reaction from Rajwinder Singh. He leaned forward in his seat just after that verdict was read out.
Today's verdict has delivered a form of justice, but for us there can never be true justice, as we now live in a world without Toyah, and the world is a poorer place for it. But Toyah will always be alive in our hearts and in the hearts of a great many others.
As a family and individuals, we are different people now because of this tragedy. Toyah's ashes and countless gifts from strangers do in our living room. Some days it is still hard to believe she is no longer here physically with us, and the horrendous way she was taken from us. For us as a family, we will never forget this lovable, innocent, full of life young woman, and we will always wonder what could have been if her life was not cut so short. As far as the person who committed this murder and inflicted a horrible death on our daughter, you will never be forgiven by us.
The now 41-year-old has never shown remorse and never revealed the truth of what happened that day. For years there's been speculation about what could have driven such monstrous actions, and today Justice Lincoln Crowley offered what he called an obvious explanation.
It is quite possible that she discovered you there engaged in some type of disgraceful or embarrassing activity at a secluded spot. She may have recorded you or sought to call the authorities after catching you doing whatever you were doing. This was a shocking and sickening episode of violence, cruelty, and depravity perpetrated by you.
4 years ago, Vanessa Gardner hoped more than anything she would see this day.
It's not fair that he's walking around doing whatever and living his life while we have ashes in a box.
But now, Singh isn't walking around. He was handed life imprisonment with a non-parole period of 25 years, unless his appeal is successful. A sentence for an unforgivable act that has forever tainted this idyllic corner of Far North Queensland. Wangetti Beach. It was where Toyah Cordingley went to find peace, and instead faced a violent end.
Yeah, it's a lonely, long stretch of beach. I have been back a couple of times. I kind of just got myself together and went out and helped build the monument for Toyah. It was extremely difficult, but I did go every day until it was finished.
And while this beach will never be the same, Wangetti now protects the memory of Toyah.
Just beautiful and happy. Living her life to the fullest. Never being able to do the things that she wanted to do.